This is a sports catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, and happy New Year's Eve. It's me, Cutter Historical, welcoming you to another sports catastrophe on this day. And on this day, December the 31st, 1972, one of the most tragic events in recent memory happened. As beloved Pittsburgh Pirate outfielder and friend to Puerto Rico, Roberto Clemente passed away from drowning off the Atlantic Ocean, off the coast of the Atlantic, in a plane crash that defined how much of a good guy he was. I know I talked about Roberto Clemente in some detail sometime this year. Remember, I've done like almost 700 videos and all that, so obviously I don't know everything. However, I can tell you that Roberto Clemente's character led to his downfall, unfortunately. However, it's nothing to be mad about. It's just the fact that, how he died was just terrible. Roberto Clemente was this hot stuff outfielder that the Dodgers signed to their organization. Heck, he even played AAA baseball for Montreal, which was the Dodgers farm team for many years. But then the Dodgers didn't like what they saw. They left him unprotected in this Rule 5 draft. They didn't make him. The Dodgers didn't put him on their 40-man roster. And because of the draft, teams could take a player. And Pittsburgh's like, this guy sounds good. Why don't we take him? And they said, yeah, let's do it. So they did. They got the $10,000 fee and paid for Roberto Clemente, put him on the team, and they never lived to regret it. Clemente was a man of honor, a man of solid hits. Home runs, not so much, but he was hitting a lot of balls. 1971 was his coming out party as a World Series superstar. Although 1960 he also won a title, but 1971 was when he was really powerful. He hit in every game. He had the most hits in the World Series by either team, Pittsburgh or Baltimore, and he had a cannon for an arm. He made a few big outfield assists in that series too. And people were afraid to run on him, so he had that going for him. The 1972 season, which was his 17th in the majors, was when Clemente hit the 3,000 hits mark, which is huge because at that time he was one of 16 players to hit that 3,000 hit mark, and it's amazing. To get 3,000 hits, you have to have at least maybe average 200 plus hits a year for like 15 years. That's hard to do, and all that. 200 hits is a milestone in its own. Like, you have to get a hit every game on average. But the fact of the matter about Clemente was that he was a humanitarian. And he wanted to help people. He helped people in his native Puerto Rico. And then when he found out about the earthquake supplies in Nicaragua, and allegedly them being stolen by the junta or whatever, or the gangs in Nicaragua, he needed to take care of the supplies himself. And then people in Nicaragua would have been like, oh crap, there's Clemente. We shouldn't steal his supplies. So Clemente got off on a plane with a few of his people and were flying supplies to Nicaragua. Unfortunately, the plane somehow veered off course and drowned into the Atlantic Ocean. Clemente was pronounced dead. Obviously. I don't know if they ever recovered Clemente's body. But it doesn't really matter, does it? So Clemente it's just funny because the last game he played in the majors was his, I can't remember the number, but he tied Honus Wagner for the most hits by a Pittsburgh Pirate in history. And that's, most games played by Pittsburgh Pirate in history. And that's a major milestone. I don't think anyone's even come close to Clemente's mark for most games played by a Pirate. Remember, this is the era of free agency. They didn't really have free agency in Clemente's era. So anyhow, Clemente got to hit number 3,000, but he never got past 3,000 hits. It was sad. Pittsburgh really went into mourning. And obviously, opening day of 1973, the Pirates decided to retire as number 21. And they have honored him with a statue. And heck, the right field wall where the Pirates play at PNC Park is 21 feet high on purpose because of Clemente. Clemente was an icon of Pittsburgh and of Latino baseball. He'll never be forgotten. I think he's the greatest Latin player of all time, fighting on it. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu, and Happy New Year.